Software Townhall. Zulu Software Townhall is hosted by Zuzalu.City for tech projects to share updates, and it's an excellent opportunity for projects to showcase new features, discuss challenges, and receive valuable feedbacks from the community. So whether you are a developer or simply curious about the latest in Zulu software innovation, join us, stay connected, and contribute to the collective growth of Zulu software ecosystem. And today we have 3 parts, and we are so thrilled to announce that Zucity Beta launched after valuable feedbacks from community, lots of discussions, iterations. Zucity Beta has finally launched. Communities can now create spaces, and run their events with complete flexibility. So what's in beta? What's the most exciting part for you? Without further ado, let's welcome Reno to guide us to the beta tour. Reno, could you guide us to the beta?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Katie. Could you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen. As Kelly just said, we are very happy that Zucity Beta has launched. We have so many plans for this beta version. And like we have a lot of things that is already done and a lot of things which is on the route. We aim to like support events and communities first, and then we can like iterate and based on feedbacks and our visions, we will add more functionalities into this beta version. So right now, I am going to do a very brief introduction of our new event registration and ticketing flow, which is like a solid work of the whole team based on the feedbacks and how we see the structure for Zuzalu like events and also other like any possible events in the world. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the test net, not on the mainnet. Here, I have already created an event for this demo. All right. Later we will also introduce this part as the new pieces of Zuzalu.City and the whole integration process and the integrating tools. Okay. Anyway, so as you can see, I just create an event, like demo event here. So the first step after create event, if I want users to like register to my event, I need to set up this tab. For us, like the first step is to say which like this event is open to which groups of user. So right now we have 2 options. The first one is open to all. It's like anybody can register to like apply to attend this event, or you can like import a private whitelist so that only user in this whitelist can apply to this event. But actually applying to this event doesn't mean that you will get a ticket or you will have the right to get a ticket. It just means that you will have the right to apply. And also later we will open this credential tab where you can define which credentials you need for users to apply. For example, you could define you need to have these types of NFTs or POAPs, or you need to have how many ETH in your address in order to apply. I'm saying that this could be very flexible and scalable later. Okay, so here after the application run, we will get into this ticketing app solution, and our ticketing app solution is also very flexible and scalable. Right now we have actually three ticketing solution. The first one is Scrollpass. It's like a decentralized NFT ticketing score system via Scroll with whitelisting on Zuzalu.City. We have ZuPass as our old friend. We have LottoPGF as a Lotto ticketing system, which will come in very soon. And the auditing is right now in progress. And later we can introduce other ticketing system. So if like you guys have some potential collaboration on this ticketing system, please contact us so that we could get it out very easy. Okay, so here I'm going to do a brief demo of this Scrollpass ticketing system, which is integrated with like whitelisting on Zuzalu.City. Okay, so after choosing this, I can also define if this NFT ticket need users to be applied to purchase, or like there's no application required. And anyway, there's like another level of freedom here that you can define whether your attendees need to be whitelisted in the contract in order to purchase that NFT or not. So based on these three rules, we will have our configuration of event registration and ticketing flow. Right now, I need to interact with the Scrollpass ticket contract to create my event and later create my ticket. Okay, and if you guys have some questions, just stop me and kind of ask me a question if you want. So right now we can see we have successfully configured our event registration, and in order to open the event, we propose some steps like create a ticket, configure access rules. We have create event application form where you can ask your applicant users to fill out a form to apply, and then you can open your registration and finally open check-in so that user could use their ticket to self check-in into event. The whole process will be automatically. Right now, I'm going to create my first ticket as an example. So right now, we only have USDT, USDC, but we will have other tokens later. We also have the sponsor package coming very soon, which will facilitate the event organizers to to sell some sponsorship package. And this also, in this area, we will also introduce hamburger tax and our, system. I think that part will be presented later. Okay, let me do it very quick. Here also we can like let users to add an agreement message for every ticket, so that when user try to mint NFT, they will need to agree on this agreement message. Those images. Okay. So just like this, I will have my first ticket. Okay, as you can see, after having my first ticket, I have finished step 1, and then I can have I can configure the access rules of my event apps. Maybe the term event apps will be a bit how to say new for you guys, but basically we consider that event scheduling as like sessions is the app of the event, and also later when we launch event shop, powered by A star will also be an app, and we will have more apps coming soon. For example, Trustful and other apps like LottoPGF. This all could be apps of an event, and so we think that um, they can be configured in a different way because maybe I don't want the same groups of users who can view all the sessions, and maybe I want another group of user who can attend or like purchase something in the event shop. So this is really very flexible and customizable for event organizers. So imagine if I have like 10 tickets here, I need to choose which ticket I will use for users to check in. Okay. So once I have choose the access rules, I can open the check-in tab for users. I will show you guys later how a user can use that. Okay, this is the for the application for the access rules, and here we also have a registration flow, which allows you to create some simple forms for your applicants. You can add as many questions as you want, and later we will introduce more question types, Okay, so once I have created my application form, I can also open my event registration so that the user could fill out the form and submit the information here. Okay, let me go back. I think I need to be quicker on this. So as we can see, this is my event, and I have the ticket that I created. Here I can click apply to join and fill out my form. And then as admin, sorry. I can see, this application submitted by this user receiving address, and I can approve this applicant. So right now, we don't have this, complete automatic flow, but we are currently working with this. After you approve this user will like be whitelisted on this NFT contract so that they will have the right to mint this ticket and to like check in to this event. Okay, so I'm already approved. I'm going to mint my ticket here. Oh, I see. I have already printed 15 minutes. Okay, let me be quicker. Here, I can mint my ticket by agreeing my disclaimer message, and just like this. Okay, cool. So right now, I have my NFT ticket of this event. I can import it in my MetaMask like this. So right now I can like verify my access to this event. My address will be verified because I hold the ticket that is required for checking. So right now I will be like okay. So right now I can view all the sessions and the announcements tab because I'm like checking to this event. Okay, sorry, Katie. I think I might be a bit slow. Can you? This is the brief part for the whole flow of event registration and application. Right now, event organizers are very free to customize this whole system in order to like getting on board all their attendees. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Reno. And anybody have any questions or ideas for our ticketing flow? Okay, cool. Let's read. So if not, let's welcome Veronica. Veronica, are you ready to give us a let me see. Wait a minute. A short introduction about our potential features and our current integration progress.
Sure, I'll be fast so we can let all of the projects talk for themselves. If you go back to the, right here, yeah. So we're working on documentation. We can share the link in the chat so we can also talk, so you can see what we're building, what the progress is of different modules, is also what are we trying to, what are we looking for, different types. We can see event, identity, communication, governance, where you can think of Zuzalu.City as decentralized operating system. And as Reno mentioned, even scheduling, we consider an application that communities can customize and use for themselves. So we're going to hear from a number of the projects that you see on the left side. Right now, with our beta, we've already launched different parts of the ticketing, and we'll hear from Lotto later. That's that's coming soon. And I don't want to go too deep into any of the individual projects, and so many people are here, and we just have 20 minutes, but that's how I would summarize it, is think of us like an operating system. We are at different levels of integration with different applications, so communities can customize for themselves. We began with the scheduling and ticketing features because that's where Zuzalu.City originally began in Zuzalu last year of Montenegro. If you have questions about any of these, if you have ideas for applications that could be integrated, then definitely get in touch. And these town halls are also a great time for you to share the project that you have so we can start those conversations. Let's go ahead and jump into allowing projects to speak for themselves, I think.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Veronica. So when I and Reno was listing the integration progress, I want to say what a year. We have made a lot of progress. So if you're interested in being integrated on Zuzalu.City, you can join our element, follow our Twitter X or Farcaster, or just DM us to be part of the Zuzalu software ecosystem. So without further ado, let's jump to the next part, project updates. So as today there are so many projects gathering together. For each project, it would be better to control the part to within 3 minutes. So next, Zu.Coffee Jason. I noticed that Jason was not here and I already pinned him. So let's jump his part to the next. ZuLand. ZuLand?
Yes, we are here.
Oh. Ooh, thank you.
All right. So thank you everybody and thank you Kelly especially for inviting us today. We've been working on ZuLand for 2 months now, and it's got like to a nice point that we're also able to showcase like the full life cycle of these plugin or mini app, however you want to call it, inside the Zuzalu.City platform. As you can see from the slide, like what we're building is related to social networks, but also like private space in social networks. So what we built with ZuLand is actually a private social space that can be created for any events that is running on the Zuzalu.City platform. So let's say that you're running an event for I remember there was like Zoo Village, Georgia, for example, and they want like a discussion space where to, have a cozy, let's say, space or forum where to discuss announcements or things that are going on, or some hot topics and trending things that are happening there. They can have like this space inside ZuCity, and not only they have that, but they also have it in a let's say private way, because like these social spaces can be token gated with Scrollpass and any other like NFTs that that you want to plug in. But yeah, I will leave the word to Enrico, who will start like showing you actually what we built, because we like showing, not telling. So Enrico, please share your screen.
Yes, here we go. Hi everybody, I'm Enrico, and let me share my screen here. Okay. Now what are you seeing is another page inside the Zuzalu.City, and it is ZuLand. It's the homepage of ZuLand. So basically, you have a place to discuss privately, as Limone said. You can create new posts on AKASHA. You can see new posts, and all the flow starts with the integration with the Rhino part. Because event admin can and must create an app on AKASHA side, and this will be can be integrated on the flow that Rino showed you. And basically, they just need to create the discussion and paste the contract address as of now, but with the integration of Rhino part, will be automated. And right now it says that we have created the Zuzalu.app, so we can visit the discussion related to this new event. And so right now the discussion is blank and is not fetching any data. But the post will be the post will be gated and will be sorry. Let's jump on this one so we can see the data. And I need to sign in to see the post, to decrypt the post using LIP protocol. And we can post a title, see some tags, set some tags, and let's say I want to add some format into it. Right now, what is happening under the hood is encrypting the data, posting it to AKASHA encrypted, and then downloading the data encrypted and decrypting using the sign key that I have with the LIP protocol. So it's a nice integration between those two flows. And we can see a post, and we can see the replies under one post. And we can contribute to it or share it, report if you don't think it's appropriate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about this.
Yeah, just wanted to say that the bug on the other tab that you were showing was because you selected Ethereum mainnet as for the network for the NFT, while I don't think that content was on mainnet. just to
demo.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to give a big shout out to the AKASHA team that supported us during these 2 months in working around with their SDK and building all of this. So it's been like so nice, like building this out.
Yeah, shout out to AKASHA, and thank you guys.
Thank you. So anybody have any ideas or questions for ZuLand? Whoa, cool. Thank you. I think ZuLand is like it's really a community work. We gather together across different teams. We're building the decentralized social. And next, LottoPGF.
So hi, I'm Marco, representing LottoPGF. We're building a permissionless protocol to deploy lotteries for incentivized like donations, public goods funding, contributing to network states, Zuzalu events, pop-up cities, like all this cool stuff. And our like end goal is to help being communities in the internet be self-sustainable and keep the internet cyberpunk and not rely on like big sponsors and big corporations, right? So we're integrating with Zuzalu.City. You saw Reno talk about it, mentioning that you will be able to basically use LottoPGF as your like ticketing solution, and basically while you're buying an event, the ticket to the event, you also get a lottery ticket as like an additional incentive to buy, and then you can win like a jackpot, which is a percentage of the prize pool. So this will go live soon. We're currently like auditing the V1 of our contracts. It should be ready hopefully this week, probably reaching into next week. And the nice thing is that while this audit has been going on, we've also been launching another piece of the puzzle, which is our AnyRand VF service, which means it's end-to-end verifiable, like who wins, because we take the randomness from an off-chain randomness network or DRAND, and it's like a lot of like big entities, big corporations being in this network, so you can trust them. And we take this, we make the whole flow end-to-end verifiable, and in the end, we use this random number for the lottery. And the VRF service itself is a public good. It's completely free to use. You just pay the callback gas, so like a slight overhead, but it's really not expensive, like cents, like transactions are. And it also means in the future we can go to any EVM chain because it's very portable and very easy to run. Currently, we're on Scroll, and the Zuzalu.City experiment will also be on Scroll, but we're planning to be on more chains. So if you are running on a chain or like, maybe part of a team, then please reach out to us on X, LottoPGF, LottoPGF.org. And yeah, we're in Chiang Mai right now for like Edge City and Megazoo and all the pop-up events. We're roaming around. And we're currently also preparing our experiment here, which will raise funds for local communities that have been impacted by the floodings. So we want to run a LottoPGF lottery to help them overcome their loss. And there's a lot of stuff happening here, a lot of people that are interested in helping out. So it's great to see. And we hope to be part of it.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you. It's really congrats to the launch. And anybody have any ideas or questions for LottoPGF? Oh, someone raise hand. Okay, Casey.
Hi.
Casey.
This is really cool. So Marco, I was wondering, working with a team to collectively buy land to set up as a permanent Zuzalu village. So we can probably scale this to lotteries to win an apartment in this gated residential community too, right? Where like everyone buys like, let's say a $5 or $10 ticket. It all gets collected to build out a gated residential community. And one random winner or X number of random winners gets an apartment in that residential community.
Yeah, absolutely. So like we like to distinguish between lotteries and raffles. Lotteries are more like there could be a winner, but it's not guaranteed that there's a winner. While in a raffle, you want like one or multiple people to win. So we can actually do both. We currently focus on lotteries because that's like a historically proven way to incentivize donating and contributing to like social causes. But I'm also interested to go into into the referral sector and also do like custom solutions for requirements like yours. So yeah, definitely happy to head further and hack on this.
Sweet. I'm in Chiang Mai too, so we'll catch up.
Ah, great.
Cool. Thank you, Marco. We'll be in Chiang Mai, not Chiang Mai, sorry, in Bangkok. Hope to see you soon. So next.
Yeah.
Okay. Trustful, our old friends.
Hello.
Hello, Zu.
So very
Could you-
happy to bring you some new updates on Trustful. We got actually two separate slides. One is where we're pointing towards in the future of the product and what we've developed on that sense. And one is this first one. That's the core of the moment. And that is what we're getting ready to integrate for events in Thailand, specifically as we consider we're focusing on Cypher House, getting the badges defined so we can support Cypher House to use the badge system inside ZuCity. We're looking at Trustful, an idea of integrating as part of a community, not directly as part of an event. So, thank you. So the badges can be used inside many events of a single community, which is the idea here, right? You make your event now in Thailand, you make it next year somewhere in Germany or in Seattle. Like, I don't know where you're going with as that flows, but your community carries their reputation, their access, and everything. So it spreads through community. We're working on integrating through two separate views. So we've made our own fork of the repo. We're merging features as they're ready. And the idea is to have this admin view and the attendee view. Those are gated by the badges that you already have or your whitelisted permissions. So if you're an admin, you have root permissions. You can create new admins, new managers, depending on the event specificity. And the admin can create new badge types. So let's say I want to have as a standard my check-in badge, my attended session, hosted a session badge, but halfway through the event, we noticed that the workshop facilitators are actually providing a lot of value. So we need a badge for that too, because we're on the ground noticing how things are changing and what is valuable in our community at this moment. And we can bring those new badges. The admins can give gated badges, so badges that only people with special permission can give, and they check in and check out attendees. Attendees on the other side, they can give the general badges that those admins define to each other and see their own badges. At this point, we're integrating with the view of using the session that you're logging in through Scroll. So we've deployed to Scroll, made the first test there. So once you're logged into ZuCity, that will work just as when we tested on ZuVillage, Georgia, that you're logged in the app and you can do everything from there. But this time, instead of changing from Scroll to OP, from Scroll to OP, and having to log in every time again, we're going to do everything at Scroll. And we're trying to also get that multi-send for session badges that we built on Zu Georgia Hackathon ready in time for this. We're prioritizing making the flow of the basic features the best and easiest we can before we jump into bringing new ones. So we're not sure at this point if the sessions are going to be something they're going to be running 100% smooth. That's the goal of over delivering, but it's always what we'd like to do, but we're aiming at making the flow of giving badges 100% sure first. Can you get us the next slide, Kelly? Thank you. And that's on the view of the version we're going for this next month to work with ZuCity. But we're looking for a view 1 on Trustful after the MVPs we did. That is a protocol that we're reorganizing the architecture so it becomes more like permissionless and trustless, so it can scale to different communities without our hand holding every time. We're always around to handhold and walk people through creating a good system, but if they want to do that by themselves, they should, and even build other products on top of it. So we're going to the logic of one protocol to many products, Trustful View 1 being that protocol that can be used in many ways on different front ends, different products, just providing that infrastructure. Of course, we have some ideas of how those products can be. And one of the main one of those is integrating through ZuCity. And the idea is to make that in a way that we can allow badges to be imported from other systems. So we have many reputation systems at this point, where that's a big narrative. Like you can see on the A16Z report of this year, there's a good number of projects working on that front, and that means reputation gets siloed. So this community sees this, here we see that, here we see that, and it's the same people in many places, and I'm building in a community, and I get to a new one. I've been here contributing for 3 years in this space and creating similar things, and now I'm new here, and I lose all the leverage, all the understanding of that I already know what I'm doing, and I can help. So we're trying to find ways to move that reputation around, so we're allowing different reputation systems to import their badges into this single standard in a way that we can activate on-chain utility for that through our scoring systems, but we'll get to that when we get to that. The main upgrades for now is bringing this to ZK snarks and off-chain storages, so we can make this privacy part better. I know the second part was a lot. I tried to rush through it. Happy to take any questions. I see we have a hand from Philip. Or not anymore. Well, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Zu. Does anybody have any ideas or questions for Blockful or for Trustful? If you're interested, you can follow their eggs. Okay, you can follow their eggs and stay tuned. So as time is really limited, we have to jump to the next project, CarbonVote. Also, Reno, are you doing it? Or
Okay, I can do a very short one. So I
Cool.
think most of the attendees here has already listened to me not only once presentation of CarbonVote 2, but I think I'm going to do another short one for new faces here. So CarbonVote, as known as like a community tool, it plays a very important role in the history of Ethereum, where like there's a big fork decision needs to be made, and this tool helps the community decide which route the whole community wants to go, and that's back in 2016, yeah. And right now we have like worked on this CarbonVote 2 project, which is upgradation of original CarbonVote, and it will like not, because the original CarbonVote is the voting, your vote power is calculated based on the number of ETH you hold, and with like holding that one, we will add more like credentials, like not only ETH holding, as you can see in the image, we also have POAPs credentials, we also have ZooPass credential, we have Gitcoin passport, we have solo staker, and later we will integrate with more credentials and even customizable credentials where you can create your poll with your own community, your own space, to get everyone's opinion on big decisions. So yeah, this project has been done in very early this year, and we are reworking on it because we want to use it in a forecaster frame, and also integrate into ZuCity for communities and event attendees to vote. With that being said, we think the route we picked is really try to make it very easy for people to vote, not necessarily go into this website and log in and vote, but really use ZuCity and forecaster to like test community opinions. I think that's very important in it's very important in the community, and also a very good tool for the governance. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Reno. So if
是不是这样直接划过就可以了？应该左。
Hi, Jason. You're not muted.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you're not muted. I know you're excited about sharing your updates, but you're not muted. So you can share it later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Reno. And so the next, Scrollpass ticketing, as Reno already did the demo and explained so well about the ticketing flow, we can jump this part. If you're interested, you can later send a message in Element to get further information. And next, community graphs. I see Jesse. Jesse, could you give us some updates?
Yeah, hello everybody. Nice to see everyone again. This one will be really quick, as we're really just we're deep in execution from the alpha launch at Zoo Georgia. That was really valuable for us. We took in a lot of great feedback, overhauled our entire UX. That is now live, and we are we're continuing to experiment at Chiang Mai with a bunch of partners here. But I'm going to give you an update on the implementation of the transitive trust protocol that we're doing with community graphs right now. This is a transitive trust algorithm that EAS released recently, and Leo determined that there was after talking with the EAS guys about it, Leo determined that there's this really significant improvement that we can make to the small amount of social Sybil resistance that transitive trust introduces on its own. And transitive trust is a really important thing. It's a step forward, but it actually gets a lot more powerful when we add community graphs to it. So that algorithm is implemented, and we're basically like simulating the social graphs right now and the community graphs to see how it performs at scale. We'll know more soon. And in parallel with that, our team is currently implementing they're building a Discord bot, so that users don't have to leave the flow of wherever their communities gather in order to go interact with community graphs as a web app somewhere else. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But we needed to get the mechanics down before we could improve the UX. So after the Discord bot, we're going to start building a Telegram bot. And that's about it. I'll keep it short. I'll keep it short for everyone. Thanks.
Thanks, Jesse. So anybody have any ideas or questions for community graphs? So each time a community graphs is presenting, there's huge progress. It's really exciting. And next. Okay, we'll jump back to the first one. Jason, could you give us a short introduction, a short update about ZuCoffee?
Okay. For ZuCoffee, we have add a base module for the Cosine 72, also to name the shop module. We can get some basic information from Zu.Coffee for Android beta version to download and install in your mobile. Log in your email and binding your fingerprint with your a sector R1 cryptography. And also the new Cosine 72 plugin for any web page or system, you can use to import Cosine 72.js to import email registration, your Web3 account creating, and the shop module. We are planning to design the shop module for the DevCon to sell some swags and T-shirts and hats, something else. And also we can select to the next slide. Yeah. I think I present two slides. Yeah. And this is a simple graph to show the basic flow for the shop module, also Zu.Coffee. Any community can open or launch several shops, just like community A launched shop A. And you can follow 4 steps to upload your items like, glass, T-shirts, swag, anything else. And then your item will publish to the on-chain contract. Anyone can use the Cosine 72 register your account and get some token or some, I don't know, it depends on the price and the token acceptable definition in your items. And commonly we can use like ERC20 token to buy any item. And if you buy it, you can get like a Shopee, Taobao, or something, a basic like interface to manage your old orders and your buying items. For now, the progress is like we have developed the community contract, the item contract, the shop contract, and reconstruct for this contract into a total system module. And we will develop and deploy to the Sepolia testnet this week. I will provide a test URL for everyone. If we can deliver in time, I think before DevCon, we can try it on the OP or some layer 2 mainnet. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Jason. And Veronica, we have a new friend this time, right?
Yeah, welcome, Philip. You wanted to share? We have some time now. Philip is still here? Yes, I think so. Hello, hello.
Thank you so much.
Oh, there you are. Great.
I just wanted to take the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Phil, and I'm from Pangea, which is built by the Autonomy Foundation. It's my first town hall with you guys. Excited to be here. Just to introduce Pangea, we've built the infrastructure layer for future economies. So economies that want to run primarily and exclusively on crypto, we've built the architecture for that. We've got a novel DID solution that lets everyone retain their data exclusively on their phone with no government or big tech overreach. And that means that everyone can transact in a peer-to-peer trustless fashion. So yeah, I just thought I'd say hey, and thank you for letting me do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
Yeah, please share some links in the chat. And
okay.
And for everybody, you know, these town halls, we're very excited to have new faces come in, share their projects, and always welcome to add slides as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. And now we have an ad. Zucity is hiring. So if you know someone who is good at product design, please contact us or send the CV to hello@ecf.network or click the link to know more details. So next is an open jam part. It is planned to be 20 minutes, but now we only have 10 minutes. It's a new part for various projects to get together to discuss challenges and things that they want to discuss across different teams, because we know we are integrating different teams, but among different project teams, they also have maybe some ideas or some feedback they want to discuss with each other. And I think Townhall, Zuzu Software Townhall is really a good place and chance for us to discuss the challenges. So if you have any ideas or feedback, you can leave it on the board or leave it in the chat. We for the first question, we want to solve the friction or decrease the friction of coordinating with different teams. We started a channel called Zoo Builder General. So if you have any feedback or ideas you want to share, you can also leave your idea there in the element. Also, we can discuss it here. What are the biggest challenges with coordinating software development across decentralized teams? Does anybody want to share share feelings or ideas about this, or have any other questions or other questions that you want to discuss here with so many inspiring projects here.
I have a one comment that I'm not sure if it's directly in one of those two questions, but as we are bringing Trustful integration, we're working on the GitHub repo and making our changes to add where Trustful goes. And I think that as we're like, everyone is like looking at the same little area, right? So we're gonna have store, discussions, badges, and we're starting to grow that sidebar. So understanding how we do that, do that together might be an important next step. As in the version that we're pushing to be merged, all of those others are still not there, right? So once we make that merge, that new piece of code, it's like the Trustful screens in there, the giving badges, and the menu that are going to be there. They're like done in our way, and this is going to move around. I bet that to the team that's like managing the product itself, that might turn messy over time to pick apart from this. Oh, from this PR, there's like this part here and this part here. It's going to might start getting clunky for managing what goes where. So maybe on this integration path, one of the things that we should pay attention to on this next few steps is how we put things on that screen, on that sidebar, so it doesn't turn out that everyone puts it in the same spot with the same feature, and then you guys have to find new places for it. Ideally, when we contribute, like, we don't have to give you extra overhead, so we can take the work on our side, deliver it to the core product, and it flows more seamlessly without so much overhead on your side. I'd imagine that's one thing to pay attention to in the next steps. That's it.
I see Daniela raise hands.
Hey.
Daniela?
Yeah, I agree with Zug. Kind of hard to understand where is the best page to add those features. I know that software Zuzalu Townhall is to discuss technical stuff, but I would like to suggest to have like an onboarding onboarding town hall, so we can discuss, okay, this page goes here, this part goes here. This is how Zucity works for that. Oh, better to put here, or Reno can give us some ideas. Okay, you have this app directory, but you also can add it here. So more like design or product meeting among all the Zuzalu integration. So maybe this onboarding meeting can be useful. But yeah, everything good. But so by far everything good. And yeah, excited to see Trustful and Zuzalu.City integrated.
And it's of course something that we need to learn as you go, right? Like, it's the first steps of first integration. So we're still drafting that playbook that future integrations will benefit from, and we're very glad to help on where we can on that sense.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say pretty much that. I think this is with Blockful, Trustful, and also with LottoPGF, and now with Zu.Coffee, it's growing. But with these initial integrations, that's how we're going to hopefully smooth out the process, so it can be not only smoother, but then eventually less and less permission needed for people to build these. So we're very happy to have Zug not only helping with this initial app integration, but also keeping this meta level perspective the whole time of what is going wrong, how can this be improved. So I know we're at time. Just in case people need to leave, thank you all so much for joining, because it's been really fantastic. It's great that we only had a few minutes for discussion because we had so many projects to talk about. If people want to stay around a little bit longer to keep discussing, then feel free. I think the second question, what could we do to improve? So an onboarding call is one. Does anybody have ideas or even experience with working with decentralized teams trying to coordinate, and how you think we could go about this better?
Well, I think some of those issues will still become a little bit clearer as you go, right? Like, so what we're bringing here was from the Trustful experience, but also a little bit of what I've seen on our other calls. But I think they're starting to tackle like on different issues. So I think this playbook will come out pretty nice in a moment.
Yeah, Philip, raising your hand.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what's the kind of current approach? I know I live in the EU, and the EU has a system where they specify the exact needs of their project. So they write down, this is what we want to happen, this is the functionality we need, and then conglomerates of different companies come together and form a solution to that particular call from the EU. It's something that's quite effective that I've seen. Is there anything similar in place in Zuzalu or in other future cities or network states? I think it allows collaboration right at the start to face the problem from the outset rather than retrospectively piecing together different pieces of the puzzle.
I'm sure others can speak to this, but I think there's some similar processes where maybe you have there's a need, you could say maybe there's a blog article that says this is what needs to be built, and then a bunch of different teams start to tackle it, and if they come together and realize they're working towards the same goal, then start to coordinate their bounties is one way that there is sometimes a clear description of this is what needs to be built, and then maybe a single team or people can work together for it. That is what we've been working on. I think maybe QJ sent this in the, yeah, exactly, in the chat, but in our documentation, we're trying to build this out so it's clearer what exact features do we want to exist and how can people then just work towards them and have clear requirements. So that's something that we also agree will make things a bit smoother. And then on the flip side of that, we're also with just trying to improve the process for integration or apps to be able to integrate. We want it to be fairly open too for people to have their own ideas of what they think communities or what they see communities need or would want so that they can integrate. So both identifying what we definitely think should exist and then having an open pathway for anyone that has strong ideas of what should exist to build it and then be able to offer it in our OS. Casey, you're unmuted. Do you want to say something?
Oh, damn, you
Not to
caught
call
me.
you out.
Something I was like, maybe not. I can say it in the next call. One idea was like we can build like maybe on the front end, we can have like a separate page called DApps. And you know, like how Base has created their on-chain registry for any project that is built on Base, you can submit it to that registry and it shows up there. So like in the documentation that we're outlining in the Git book, we can create like steps. All right, like if you want to submit your DApp to ZuCity, then you have to meet these requirements. And I think the requirements we already have, I saw in the Git book, but then we could have like a dedicated page where you submit your DApp. Think of it like a WordPress plugins page that you usually have, where you have all these different applications listed. They have to outline the title, description, how they've like what exactly does this DApp do, and then you can leave on-chain reviews, attest to different reviews and thumbs up and thumbs down for it. So the community can also audit what the application is and give feedback on it. So then you can have like one section for approved applications, one section for unapproved applications. And then whatever the approval mechanism is, I guess that's another governance thing to address. So good luck with that. But yeah, so that plugins page I think would be pretty cool. Like Slack also has it in a centralized way, but you can always submit your own applications or plugins to WordPress. And they have one section for approved WordPress plugins and one for unapproved. So you can follow the same process WordPress follows maybe.
Awesome, great idea. Thank you, Casey. And maybe this is where once ECF is launched too, then we can combine that in for the evaluation and all. But definitely as we're focusing on the operating system side and having a DApp store, then I think we can very much look at these Web2 examples of how app stores function and what we can do to mirror that process. See a lot in the chatter, people. Aha. Great. Well, are there any final thoughts? I see a lot of people have to jump. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Kelly, for hosting, and everybody for joining and helping us build this feature together. See you guys next month. I think next month we're actually going to have a hybrid town hall. So a number of us will be in person at Cypher House in Bangkok, and then we'll also figure out the online component. I'm excited. I'm going next week. I think in about a week I'll be in Chiang Mai, so excited to see many of you in person, and then even more in Bangkok as well.